Hi guys, my name is Kimberly and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing another Christmas ornament for my fairy tale series, and it is going to be Dollar Tree friendly. Most of the items you'll be able to get at Dollar Tree. You might have to go to Walmart or something like that depending on if you want some of the optional items, but you don't have to. I wanted to go ahead and show you this as I take a drink. I have glitter all over my hands, but I thought this was really cute. This is the Princess Slipper. As you can tell, it turned out really cute. Debating adding some clear crystals in this wire right there. Let me put it in my hand so you can better see it. You can see. And then you can just add a hook anywhere you like and hang it on the tree. But this little Cinderella glass slipper, I thought that was so cute. So, what you're going to need is some of this floral wire that you can get from Dollar Tree. And then you're going to need some seed beads. You get those at Dollar Tree as well. And we're going to be using the green. And we're going to use the green. I took this out ahead of time because I had a fight with it. Started on this ornament. It's so cute. So what I'm going to do is to find the end. Now this is very soft wire, so it should be easy to work with. And just get you a little section. We're going to go with, let's go with about 22 inches. Thinking that should be enough. And then, actually I'm going to use these cutters. You're going to need some wire cutters. And they sell, I believe they sell that at the Dollar Tree as well. So we'll set that aside. And then you're going to have your wire like this. So what you want to do is find the center. Match up the ends, okay, and then you kind of bring it down. It don't have to be exact because you're probably going to be cutting off some extra. And then we're going to bring it down to squeeze this together a little bit. Depending on how big you want your heel and how big you want your ornament is how big you want to use this, how much wire you're going to use and things like that. So we're going to squish this down just a little bit, about like that right there. Okay. And I think I'm going to go with it being probably, just try and straighten this out, probably about like that much of a heel. I have the stickers from taking the seed beads off. You're also going to use some thin wire. It could be the craft wire from Walmart for a couple of dollars. Something that's right around a, I don't know, you can probably use a 22, 24, 26 gauge thin wire to wire wrap. And then we'll find a spot here about how big I want my heel. About that big. And then we are going to bend it in a right angle bend. And then just try to keep them a little bit straight. It makes it easier. And then what I like to do here is, see, here I twisted it around, but you can use your other wire later to do that. So you can either cross it over right here if you like, or just leave it like that and just go ahead and make your shoe. I'm going to try to leave it like that, and let's see what happens, because later on you're going to have to worry about not squishing it as you're working with it later, and you'll have to adjust it. So we're going to try to make a little round area right here. So just, this wire is really soft, so that's what makes it good. I think we'll probably make one a little bit bigger than that this time. So it's kind of like in a general shape. Now you can always go back and get it perfect, but by the time you add the other beads on, it's going to be fine. And then you make sure you hold the curves where you got it, just to kind of straighten it out. And I think I'm going to make it like, it's a little bit harder to do this when you're focusing on trying to keep it in view and holding it away from you. I think I'm going to take a little bit of this curve out, just a little bit, and then we're going to make another curve right here. It's going to come to a point like a little sandal. It's going to be the rough shape. And then we're going to probably make this a little bit thinner because it's getting a little big. Just make sure you work with it a little bit. Sometimes when you're working with one area it might get a little bit, but before you go and wire wrap it, we will be straightening that out. Pick this floral wire because it's a little bit more easy to work with. Okay. The only difficulty of it is that you will have to be going back a lot to straighten out what you did, and before you add the beads on, you will have to definitely straighten that out. So I'm going to take my longest wire right here and I'm going to wrap it over. Like that, and then I'm going to take my pliers and just squish it together right there. Okay, then I want to bend it like so, and if you have to, and it's getting really out of shape, you can go ahead and take some kind of, push it down on the table, you know, push it down on the table to get it straight. If you don't, you can, and this would probably be an easier way to work with it. Just put it down on something flat, on some parts of it anyway. It might make it easier, so you can adjust it better. And we'll go in and adjust this more later. So we are going to leave it like that for right now. And then I want to have like this area, like you put the sandal on your, and this is the toe area. This is going to be the wires. I mean the heel. I think I want to kind of, you want to have it raised a little bit. I think I want to crisscross a little bit. Kind of like, you know, how some of those sandals crisscross. I think that would be cute. And you can use a pencil or anything to wrap things around just to get it going. Push that out a little bit further if I can. Having other round nose pliers and everything like that makes it easier, but you can do this with your hands. I'm just adjusting. Now I like that right there. Now we're going to bring it down. Actually, we're going to bring it down on like a little bit of a curve, like that. Then we're going to do this one a little bit of a curve. You can use your fingers, or you can use a, like, you can like stick a pencil in there or to make a better curve, or however you like. And so once you get the curve there, like this one, I see I need to go down a little bit. And this is where it gets hard, far as, you know, you're going to warp things out of shape, but it will get back in shape. And I like the way that looks. I think though I want it a little bit more, let's flatten it out a little bit, just a little bit right here in the toe area. Now it's going to be wire wrapped, so it's going to be in there straight later. So you just hold it at the point. You can take, if you want to, you could take something like the pliers to hold it at the point or whatever. I'm just using my fingers. And then I want this to come up a little bit, and then come up around here. Now what you want to do, you have it like this. You kind of see the arc right here in the shoe. You kind of want to push it down, and now you will have to adjust it later. Don't worry about this top part, because this top part is going to be covered. So don't matter how messy it looks, because it will be covered. You just go in and just straighten up whatever got out of place. Now it's going to look like one hot mess at first. Don't worry about it, because it will straighten out once you start adding the other beading wire. But you do want to squish that down right there. You can hold it like this and mess with it as well. And always put it back down to see, okay, I need to push it down more. Put it down. Putting it on the table really helps adjust. Now the beads, you say, okay, well that's a really quick, you're not going to be able to tell once you have your other wire and things on there. Then you want to take some kind of thin wire, like this right here. This is a 24 gauge artistic wire, and get you a couple of feet of it. You don't want to go too much more than that, because it will get kink up on you a lot. So if you can, just don't do that. And then we are going to start just doing it first. Just find you where it's supposed to connect, and just temporarily, so while you're working on it you don't mess it up. Wrap a bit of wire around that spot just to hold it in there where it needs to go. That's all I'm doing right there. And then I'm going to go over here. Find the spot I want it to stay on. And I'm going to take this. Basically, if it was out of the picture on that side, don't worry about it. We're doing the same thing over here. So that way it'll hold when I'm trying to mess with it. So I know it looks rough right now, but this is what it looks like at this point in time. So then you pick out, I'm actually going to use some of these right here as well. They're the silver line, $1.97 from Walmart, to mix in, because I want the glass look along with the green. And I'm doing greens because my tree's upstairs. Now, if green's not your color, you guys, A lot of times people are put off because they see an ornament like, well, it's not too cute because you don't like the color. No, you can make it any color you want. Like personally, I like the bright purple and stuff better than the green, but my upstairs living room is painted green and the tree is white, silver, and green. And this color green. Because that's my mom's favorite color. So, that's why I like to... I'm doing this one for her. This is what she wanted. But just imagine it in your favorite color. The color you like. Now this wire will stiffen up on you after a while. It makes it a little bit difficult. But again, I had to make things from trying to get something from the Dollar Tree that everybody could do. But I like the little swirl in the back. Now you can cut, if you don't like that part, you can cover it all up. And you kind of want the top part to be thicker. So you can cut off extra wire, like right here, and wrap around. In fact, I'll show you. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to take some wire. And it's going to get all messed up again, but oh well. And suggest you do the heel first before you start messing with anything else. That's what I should have done, but I was so focused on this part of it. And just wrap it around however you like. Wrap it around, and every once in a while if it gets a little bit too out of whack, just squeeze it together. You can straighten it out later. Just keep on going. And you take your pliers. Or push it on a table or something to squish this down. And what I'll do later is I'll take, I can do it now I guess, just cut off the little parts that's poking out, and we get our thin wire, whatever color you like. Okay, and you just decide where you want to start. And I think I'm just going to start right about right here. And then give it a few wraps instead of trying to pull that big long end, and just leave about 1.5 inches or so, depending how much you need, to make it easier for you to grab a hold and do it, because you're going to have to get it started, so that way when you pull this through, because some of it you're going to pull a little tighter than others, you just want to get it started, and you just go over it at least three loops, and then just cut it off. And you can, if you want to, you can just go ahead and flatten down any little pieces if you want, or I'm not going to worry about it right now. And then you get your sea beads, whatever design and kind you want to do. I'm using the silver lined crystal. I actually have some pearls, some pearl kind as well. If I wanted to use, if I wanted to use that, I could. But I'm just going to, or if I can use, no, that don't go. I'm going to stick with these sea beads that we got from the Dollar Tree. Let me zoom it out just a notch. Okay, so we're going to go with these sea beads. And there is our shoe. Put it right here where you can see it. And then I just, right up here is where I start. You can start anywhere you like. And I put a crystal one on. Actually, I'm going to start with just, I'll put 2 crystals right there. We are going to use some of these right here. These are the little green ones. These are one of the Carriage ones that I got from the shipwreck. And just pick out, and you want to try to use really, you know, I would say nothing above a 4mm for doing these, unless you're doing something bigger size. That's just my personal preference. We are going to take, okay, put a clear, and just whatever you want, just random. Peridot. I got paint underneath my nails and everything. I was doing multiple things today. I had silver paint, pink paint. You can add these on there as well, the Dollar Tree ones. But if you don't have any seed beads, the reason why I show you Dollar Tree is because that right there is everybody can get to Dollar Tree. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people can do Dollar Tree, so that's really cool. Guys, I'm so tired. So then we're going to take this, and what I want to do first, because it's bothering me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it right around. And here's how a lot of it, you don't want to pull it tight because you want the curve in there, okay guys? You want that little curve. What I'm trying to judge how much I need, because I'm going to put it right over this little spot here. And you can see right here that I need a couple more beads. See how I kind of use my finger to keep that as a curve? So I'm going to cover that little piece. Okay, and let's just go with the peridot. I also have lotion underneath my nails, which isn't a very good idea to do right before you do a video because your hands are slippery. It's slippery, guys. But I just love those little metallic, silver lined Walmart beads. We're just going to add a couple of these. Now that's one thing you're going to have to remember. Some areas you will pull tight, but some areas you won't, because you're going to be using, I would suggest using the 24 gauge. If you can do a 22 gauge, if it goes through your beads, that's fine. But you want something that's going to kind of hold the curves. So that's why I chose this wire, because it will hold it. And then I go over here and I look, say, okay, well, I'm just going to bring this back a little bit. I could just do beads all the way around, but I'm going to take off one bead, and then I'm going to wrap it into here. You can start where you want, but just remember to keep your curves. Sometimes it's easier said than done, and sometimes you'll find out that you really need to. That is about right, but okay. I don't want that many on there. Oh my goodness, what is this? Caught on. I've never had that happen before. Okay. I'm trying to take my finger and guide it where I want it to go. Getting it started is a little bit hard. Once you get it started, it's okay. Alright, that's where I want it to go. I want to go over this bottom one right here. Just like that. And I usually do about 1 or 1.5 loops, and if it looks like something, as far as going around the wire to hold it in place, and if it looks like it's really needs some more extra support, you can go ahead and go around it like 2 times or what you need. Now I put that there, and then I'm just adjusting my little loop there because I just want it right there. And now we're going to go over it like this. Now you see here on this right here, you're going to judge how many beads you're going to need for that area. Sometimes you can make it bigger and squeeze them in there and smaller, but right there I'm either going to need 1 or 2, These right here are 6/0s, by the way. These are 6/0s. These other ones, some of them's 8/0s, and these are 11/0s. So I'm just mixing it up. So, because it all depends on also the size of the ornament that you're using. Okay, we got to keep a couple beads on there now. Now this is the part that you really need to look. I know that this is going to work to have it right here, and I'm going to kind of go at an angle a little bit. So I'm going to wrap around. I mean, I could have done one bead, would have done it. As well, but I think 2 is the magic number right there. So depending on how you do yours. Now since I'm going to wrap it around this top wire right here, this top green, and make sure these don't get twisted up because they do love to kink on you. And then when your bead tries to come out, you make sure you push the bead and you kind of hold it where you want it to go be until you can get this wire over there and wrap it around. This part I kind of do a medium tension. Now I'm going to go over twice with this one. And if you want a little bit of gap, actually I'm going to, right here, because I'm starting out, I'm going to go ahead and go over it again. So if you want more spaces in between your beads, you just wrap this wire around more often and always go push it. When I say more spaces, as you can see here, I could put the white in something white so it shows up better. As you can see here on this bead, I kind of have them up close to each other. So you can just do 1 or 2, or just, I like to do on average about 1.5 to 2. But when you're starting out, you might have to do a little bit more. Just push it back, and I kind of pull kind of tight. Now, we're going to go ahead and just wrap it around, let the beads drop down. Push the wire over close as you can. I'm going over. And now this one right here, I can see that two right here fit decently. One would probably be good, one more, but we're just going to go and keep it simple and just do 2 there. So depending how wide your gap is, you want to fill it up. So some might take 1, some might take 2, 3, even 4. See that right there? See how these are close together? So, okay, did 1 there. Now I'm going to bring it back down or all the way around. I'm going to let the silver show through on the inside, so it'll be like the lining of the shoe, like, you know, like a real shoe. The inside is a little different than the outside, and you're mostly going to see the outside anyway. If you want them both on the inside and outside, you just go ahead and wrap how you like. You just have to get it in, the wire in position to go over, if that makes sense. So wrap around anything you can to get it in position to the direction you want to go. So basically we're just going to fill in these areas, letting that drop, and that right there is 2. That's what 2 looks like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another bead just to see. Maybe I'll add one of these little mini ones. Little 11 millimeter. Okay. You hold it with your finger guide. And make sure you put it down that way. And that's actually cute. So that's what I'm going to do. And I hold it there. Just makes it easier if you hold it. Sometimes it'll come loose. You just want to keep the tension right there until you get the wrap on it. And I'm going to go over it one more time. Oh, get over there. And then I keep pushing it back where it needs to go. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go back under. And sometimes this little silver wire breaks, especially if you're making mistakes and going. Just take your fingers and push it over and then pull kind of taut. And I'm going to use a, let's see. If you're using bigger seeds on some of these, then, like say you're alternating, then you'll need less. So like if you have 3 small ones on one, or 4 small ones, and then you're using the bigger, it might only take you 2. So depending on the size of the beads is what you are going to gauge by. I'm really liking this peridot. So that is what we're going to use. And my nails, guys, is one hot mess. Then you're always going to push it back. And sometimes I like to put 2 on there. Use your fingers to push it. Now I'm going to go around this way and I'm going to use a silver line clear. You can do all solids if you like. Now see, I'm right here, I'm pushing this down just a little bit. Okay. Now I am holding it right about there. Oh my goodness, my nails are horrible. I did my nails just yesterday, and this nail polish that I got just doesn't want to stay on. So I'm averaging going around this twice, and then the third one is when I wrap the whole wire. Right now I'm just going around this top wire right here. Okay, so I went around there twice, and I want to bring it back down around here, around both the wires. Now see this right here? This is what you don't want. Whenever it goes like that, before you pull it too tight, try to straighten it out. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, depending on how tight you got it. So that's the inside. Now see right there, I want to pull that tight and scoot that over as far as I can. See right there? It's not over enough. So then I go in with my fingers and I push it over and then make that tight. So we're going to add some more. And basically you just do this all around the shoe on the edges, just adding how many beads that it takes to fill in the area. Like you see if I was to put 2 beads right here, then it needs another one because it's too short. I mean, I could stop it right there, make 2, but I just think it looks better with in that particular area 3. Now yours, if it's narrower, you might use 2, or if it's wider, you'll use 4. Just gauge what you need. And so this is how it is starting to look, as you can see. So you can fill it in. You can make, if you want to make this part bigger, just add more beads, spread it out a little further. This is just a general shape I'm going with. That's why I told you it doesn't matter. Like right here, if it's not perfectly, if it's long as in the general ballpark, it's okay, because this will be covered with beads, so you can have that. Now I am going to continue to wrap this around, and you can just add whatever beads you like, and I will come back and I will show you what it looks like. There's going to come to a point where you want to take these beads and not only go to the side. When we're getting close to it, you want to go over the top to cover the toe part of the sandal. But we will add more. Like if I wanted how much of the toe I want to cover. Like if I want to start right there, cover that much, then I'll show you. this one, and this one here, you can add pearls and stuff if you want to, but I just like it, keep it all these glass clearish beads because it gives the slipper the crystal sparkly look that I want. So we're going to put the measure here. Showing you what you will do when you get to the point. You decide how much of the toe you want covered. What kind of sandal do you want? And then you keep on holding it out to see. That right there is probably perfect. Now here's what I like to do. I'm actually going to add another, and I'll show you why. 1 to 2 more, depending. What I want to do here, you can pull it flat, like straight across flat, or you can put a little bit of a curve in it, like that. See, it's a little bit of a curve. So you can either do it flat or with a little bit of a curve, and you just adjust it. And I'm going to go with a little bit of a curve, and so that you have to decide how much of a curve that you want there. And I don't want it a huge curve, just enough so it's not flat across. And then I'm going to wrap this around. Oops, where is it getting hung up on? Okay, I see. And if you want, you might, if you want it to be, it's going to slide right now until I add the other beads on the other side. But I just wanted to show you how you would do that. Hey guys, we're back, and I'm going to show you the finished product with a couple of tips. So as you know, this was the first one, and I wanted to do something just slightly different. This one I just had the wire there and did the toe. It's still cute. I was debating on adding wire there. I want something a little bit bigger. So that was the first one, and then we experimented and we came up with this one, which I like it better. And I'll show you all different angles. I think it turned out super cute, and it was a lot of fun to do. So on this, basically you're making your form, to recap, the form of your sandal, and then you're going to go in and use beads. I suggest using beads from, like, seed beads up to 4mm works the best for these Christmas ornaments, and a 24 gauge wire to add the wire, because that one, as you can see here where the curve is, it will hold its shape. And for the underneath, I went ahead and put beads on this side too, and it's just the same as the sides, except for when you go underneath, you just go in between each one of these once you're done on the side. So it's the same process all the way around. You just fill it in, and I love the way it turned out. Now, if on this heel, if you wish, you can use some like diamond wrap or something to cover this part up, but I like this look right here. And then you can get you some, like a ribbon to hang this up. I think a ribbon would be really cute with this, or you can use like colored wires and stuff like that, but I think a ribbon would give it a really nice touch, something like that. Or maybe you could actually use diamond wrap if you have it like in this color. Let me show you an example. You can take this diamond wrap and make you a little loop to hang it, and you can hook it through, get you a little like Christmas little piece of wire to make a loop, and you can stick it in anywhere you want to hang it from. Right here is a good spot that I personally do, and you can add in your decorations. Now you see how this is the same color, and this is from Dollar Tree as well. You can take something like this and you can wrap it around the heel. You can take diamond wrap like this, and when you have your sandal, little glass slipper, you can add this diamond wrap and just go down you can like start from right there and just go down and add things like diamond wrap, or you can even do it on the, say you want it inside like a sole part of the shoe. You can add diamond wrap there, or you can just cut this down into one strip and make your little loop that way. I think that would be really cute to hang this ornament, but you'll have to get you some wires and just make your little loop first. And this is the finished product. I think it turned out super cute. I'll show you all different angles. There's the side, there's the bottom, and I definitely like, although this one was cute, this one was cute, I really do like this one, this style better, and that's what I was going to experiment and see if it worked out. And if it didn't, oh well, you know, I'd rather try. And I really love this way this little glass slipper turned out. It'll make a super cute ornament, or you can take it. One thing about this ornament right here, as long as you make sure this is flat and you lay it on a table as you go, it will stand too. So you can put it in the little decorations. And if you want this closer together, you can always bring this closer together, but I really thought that turned out super cute. So thanks for watching, and if you like Christmas DIYs, the ornaments and decorations, along with other things as well as like hauls and just little projects and things, please be sure to like, subscribe, click that bell so you'll keep you up to date on all my videos and let you know when I post. And I hope you guys stay safe and have a wonderful night, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.